everyone, it's Cindy. Welcome back to Studioloo. I'm here today with another flip through of my Curiosa journals. This is Beyond Realistic, and this is a chunky and wonderful book. If you are new to this series, this is sort of a curiosity cabinet collecting kind of journal series that I've made from a 1940s and 50s law library called Ontario Weekly Notes. This one's from 1950. These are these really nice, heavy, great books. They've got these jute ribs on the spine, and they were such a pleasure to work with. This one has a woodcut from Pork Chop Show on Etsy of some keys here. Very fun. He does really great woodcuts. Then the cover is done with sculptural collage, and the way that this one is put together is a little different from the others. So at the back is some beautiful locally made marbled paper from papertrail.ca. At the top here we have this little rusty bit that I made. This is an authentic old kind of rusty gate latch, and it is braided onto the book. These are two punched acorn tops that I've wired onto the book, along with this one here that is tied on an elastic. The elastic tucks over into the side of this wooden frame. This is a Maryline Bastion wooden frame, so this is her illustration. Then here I've used some tattered old book spine and a word snippet that says Beyond Realistic, hence the name of the journal. It's on top of a turn of the century little cabinet card of these two ladies, and they're really lovely. Then it opens on up and we have more of Maryline Bastion's birds, and over here we have a frame with another extremely beautiful authentic cabinet card of this young lady. These people are all from the early 1900s, from around the Waterloo, Ontario, Canada area, and I added In Her Garden from a book up here, and this is screwed in with screw brads, and so the whole thing is attached. None of this will come off, so you can flip that open and close it, and this is like the little latch for that, and it just tucks in right in behind the book here. So you've got that little acorn holding it closed. Then the closure is with metal eyelets, and I've used some sort of light aqua blue-green seam binding to close the book. And then when you open it up, similar to the other books, we start with end papers that are Tim Holtz paper. An authentic cabinet card is the tuck spot. I love this one. This man has the most light colored ethereal looking eyes. It's kind of hard to explain unless you see it up close. And then inside the pocket we have a 1935 Heffernan and Newbold invoice, and that is an authentic document. So then on the first page we have this little envelope that's got a stamp and another stamp, and you open it up and we have a little tuck spot here of these spooky little guys, and inside a little hand x-ray journal card. Then inside the envelope we have this. This is actually from Yes, it's from one of my giant tickets collection on Etsy. So that's a journal card. And then this is a little cutout from Tim Holtz. It's like an anatomical man, and this is also Tim Holtz paper. Yes, it is. And then this is a journal card that I collaged. It's got some fabric up here. It says found a place where the walls were thinner than elsewhere, and so that just tucks in here and then that flips back over. Then throughout this series you'll see these pages, which are from a boiled book that I made with an antique doll book, and I have bound them using some fun fabric to just extend them out a little bit, and I painted over all the text in the book with gray acrylic paint for some great writing space, so you get to keep the dolls and all the fun markings that the boiled book, the plants, made, but you get writing space as well. This is a stamp collector's page. This is sort of a double tuck spot. So we have this little kind of bowl down here of doll heads, and there's a moth in there as well. And there is some acetate in front that holds onto this little spooky journal card, which just tucks in here. And then in behind it, we have this journal card, which is just a collage that I made. We have owls and mushrooms and a little label here. It says time log at the bottom. So that just tucks in here. And then we have this pocket over here, and behind it a little bit of sort of space collaging. Then this was a little acetate pill box, and I made it into a journal card, added some fun glue and paint at the front here, and then I kept the pillbox part for holding on to this spooky tag. And that just goes on in here like so, and then tucks in here. On this page, we have an authentic trade card from a memorial salesman who worked in the funeral industry. This says in loving memory, and it has this really nice metallic printer's ink. It opens up for writing space and is also a tuck spot. These were sold along with other mortuary type things. They're like sample cards that you could select for your funeral services. There's some spider webs on some dyed paper back here. And this journal card inside here with this sort of surreal, interesting image from Banana Fana Design on Etsy. Throughout the book, you will see lots of Albertus Siwa Cabinet of Curiosity illustrations, because I used that book as kind of like my kit for creating these journals, and that I've included the whole book throughout this whole series. The illustrations are just out of this world. I did some collaging over here with some old handwriting. This is from Cabinet of Curiosities, as is this. Another dyed page, and we have this spooky little envelope here. This is from Gold Quixote, her Cabinet of Curiosity collection on Etsy. And then inside we have a little journal card right here, another of her images of these two kind of spooky girls. So that just pops in there, and then it is attached with a rested paper clip right here. And over here we have a tuck spot that is like old marbled paper. And then this is from the Cabinet of Curiosity book, kind of a depiction of them illustrating it and looking at a flower. And inside we have a 1935 Guelph Daily Mercury Limited invoice. More Cabinet of Curiosity and stamp collector paper. More of the doll boiled book. And some more of the Tim Holtz paper here. Another element you'll see throughout this journal and the whole collection are these little pockets that are meant to be kind of like, you know, in a Cabinet of Curiosities or in a museum space or a collector space. You may have these like library card wood cabinets, those kind of drawers and things to tuck into. So I've added word labels on these ones. These two are made from Vintage Photo Album, and this one is made from acetate. So this one says pen and ink, silver buckles, and green gravel. And inside each one is a little something, a little writing tag with eyeglasses in here. This one has a little vintage photograph of this girl from 1974. And this one has a little journal card from my one of my digital kits, actually. And then over here, these pockets are made from embossed folder, so you can see kind of some marks on them that look like they've been machined. These are my hand-drawn labels. This is a journal card with a skeleton of some kind of an animal that's been posed. That was from a photography book. And then we have this little brain journal card here, also on Tim Holtz paper. And we have this envelope with this journal card inside. It was from like a Myth and Magic magazine from the 70s. And then we have this disgruntled man with a cabbage. He's one of my images that I've added here on this paper from the Cabinet of Curiosity collection by did I say Gold Quixote? Yes, on Etsy. And then this is a little journal card from a scrapbook paper collection that was called Cabinet of Curiosities. Some dyed paper and more of the Cabinet of Curiosities book. Another Gold Quixote image, dyed on back. Some more machined looking silver pockets. This one says stone. This one says a letter. this journal card in here of an old black work of skeletons from an art book. And then this is an image, journal card image from Banana Fana Design. Excuse me. This is one of my eco-printed rusted papers. It has big geranium leaves on it, and it's on top of this page of crabs and lobsters from the Cabinet of Curiosity book. Just fun writing space here. And then this tuck spot of this woman who's kind of like, sort of like made of like wicker, and this is also from Banana Fana Designs Strangeness kit. And then this is another Guelph Daily Mercury limited invoice from 1935. This fun surreal pocket here with this. This is just a really interesting illustration from an old art book of these very strange men. Journal card. More of those machined pockets. Large dark eye, good tidings. We have this journal card that's from Banana Fana Design. And this one is from the Cabinet of Curiosities scrapbook collection. It's of a spine in a specimen jar. Another gold Quixote image. This is a wraparound. Yeah, like a wraparound tuck spot made from scrapbook paper on the Cabinet of Curiosity page. And this is actually a journal card that I made with modifying and heating up and melting a Cheetos bag. So these became like specimens that I would put in here with people and the background from the Cabinet of Curiosities, and then a word snippet. So this one says, "Let us imagine for a moment." And over here is some more fun old, black work art and some dyed paper. This tuck spot or pocket here for this journal card that's made from some of the Garden of Earthly Delights from Bosch, Hieronymus Bosch. Another envelope with a nice metal closure. And this very surreal photograph from an art photography book of a cloud kind of like in this building that looks sort of like a silo and has an industrial chandelier above it. It's really interesting. That just tucks in here. Then, is that in? Yeah. And then more Tim Holtz paper. A couple more of those little pockets with my hand-drawn labels. This is a little Tim Holtz druggist journal card. And down here we have an authentic old photograph of some kids. Shirley, Sylvia, Ronnie, Phyllis, Smith. So I guess they're all siblings. That's just an old photo from probably the 1930s. Here we have this pocket with these Admit One tickets from a ticket roll. And then some eels here, these spooky eels. And this witchy journal card. And this journal card that says Cabinet of Natural Curiosities. And that was from a book. This is a remembrance card. I believe this one is from a Tim Holtz collection. And then a piece of stationery that I made from some old, like, medieval looking text. Little sticker here of this woman with a seashell over her face. And there's a tab down here and more of the Cabinet of Curiosities. This tuck spot is made here with a poem. It says, "Some prowl seabeds, some hurtle to a star, and mother, some obsessed turn over every stone or open graves to let that starlight in. There are men who would open anything. Harvey, the circulation of the blood, and Freud, the circulation of our dreams, pried honorably and honored are like all explorers, men who'd open men." So actually that's not a poem, that's a verse from the early, from a book about early medicine. So they're talking about like the first doctors. And this is one of my carbonized leaf prints, like a double journal card, some vintage graph paper. A tuck spot made from some beautiful old bottles on this sketchbook page. These bottles were from a book called Past Objects. It's a book that is written by an archaeologist who documents all of his interesting finds in his collection. And then this is of like an illustration of someone working. This is Alberta Siwa working in this cabinet of curiosities that he had built. And then we have this little painting here. It says the fortune teller underneath it. Then we have this photography tuck spot, and back here we have some collage. So this music says laughs by night and day like the queen of mirth, and then a little hand there. Then this journal card is seashells from the Cabinet of Curiosity book. More shells that make a tuck spot, and this is a strange sticker from my strange sticker collection. This is like a man with a swan's beak in his mouth. Don't ask, because I don't know. I thought it was appropriate for a Cabinet of Curiosity book. That's some fun stationery. This is a depiction of Medusa from an art book. Coffee dyed Grey's Anatomy. This is an illustration of basically early amputation and prosthetic. It's not gory, it's just an illustration. This is a little acetate pillbox again, and it has this moth in it and some fun inking and a little ticket from my giant tickets collection inside for more writing space. This is from a sketchbook, an artist sketchbook book. We have a little deer in a little outfit here on this Mead memo pad as a tuck spot for this early medicine journal card. Then some more vintage graph paper. This is like a little coffee dyed notebook that I just added in 3 sections here. A couple pieces of paper in each one. And they open in a couple different directions, and a couple labels with this pufferfish. Just a fun way to kind of cover the text and add writing space on a book page. And then we have this pocket here on top of this illustration. It's like an Adam and Eve kind of illustration from the Cabinet of Curiosity book. And this is a skull journal card from a Cabinet of Curiosity scrapbook collection. A folder page, more of the Cabinet of Curiosity. Inside each of these journals you will find one page like this, which is one of my botanical sample pages. So these are all plants that are native or common in North America. I have dried them and I have trapped them with stitching inside of plastic coin envelope pages basically. So there's little helicopters, a violet, bleeding heart. We have a little fortune teller kind of pocket with a label here on a Cabinet of Curiosity page, holding on to this journal tag. And over here we have this little image that's from Miles Beyond the Moon, and this says retribution, where there had been no premeditated wrong, and I say this with the greatest sincerity, for in my secret conscience, when I think of the affair at this distance of time, I am pricked not a little in reflecting how I had previously crowed and triumphed over poor Mr. Hickory in the matter of his mortification at the time of Miss Peggy Dainty's false step. And I just like that, like fun, interesting old writing from a book. This is a coffee dyed fun paper. They're actually book plates, and I think they were printed from Nick the Booksmith. She has a book plate collection on Etsy, and I think it's from that actually. Some vellum graph paper. This says chapter 37, has a little collaging of alcohol ink paper there. This is another of the boiled book pages from the doll book. A little pocket here of botanicals of this image. A little journal card on the Cabinet of Curiosity book. And it's a wraparound. It says The Girl Wanted here. And then this spooky image from Gold Quixote is a little journal card. More Cabinet of Curiosity and boiled book, doll book. More of the vellum graph paper. We have this bottle tuck spot with these beautiful moths, and this is a little Cabinet of Curiosity journal tag. More beautiful insects, and the other side of that sample page of different plants. Another Cabinet of Curiosities page. This is a little Gold Quixote tuck spot, and then this is cut from an owl book. It's a journal card of this owl. We have more Cabinet of Curiosity behind it. This is a calligraphy book page. More Cabinet of Curiosity with some collaging of a bird with thistles. Little airmail envelope, and inside of it we have this illustration of a brain from an old 70s health and lifestyle book. This is also from that same book, and it's one of, I think, 4 journal cards that crack me up throughout this series. So this chapter was about emotions and how to recognize emotions on people's faces and like through facial expression. So for whatever reason, the subject that they had people react to was a sausage that they were holding on a fork. So it says, joy mingled with surprise, eyes and mouth are wide open. And I just cracked up when I saw that. So pocket with botanicals from the Cabinet of Curiosa, Curiosities rather. And then this is a vintage invoice from 1935 from Muller Brothers. More Cabinet of Curiosity. All these pages are tea-dyed, these Curiosity pages. An airmail envelope with a tag of Curiosities. A cork pocket here with a label, and there's a balloon over here, a bubble sticker. And then this is a little journal tag made from a book called Curiosa. It's basically this artist and collector who had a pretty impressive set of friends who would collect things for her on, you know, from different celebrities and things like that. So like, or just different weird things. So she has a massive, I mean, utterly hundreds, possibly thousands of little things. And she puts them all on cards and publishes them like it's a museum essentially. So some of the things on here, a Death Squad medallion from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, 1991, a last rites ring, cremated remains of Brenda Woods, born July 5th, 1947, died November 1st, 1989, like just different things. So these are all sort of death related things. Then we have more Cabinet of Curiosity and calligraphy. This is a little memo book, kind of, holding on to this Japanese illustration of, I believe, oranges, so in a journal card. More Cabinet of Curiosity. And then we have this little pocket with this journal card I made from the Cabinet of Curiosities. It's on some really nice 49 and market paper. Another pocket with a journal tag from the Cabinet of Curiosity. This is some Tim Holtz paper, just fun. This is from, I believe, a medical book, and it's just kind of like a weird recipe for giving somebody... It's a recipe for someone who has an obstruction in their abdomen. That's all I'm going to tell you. It's very strange. And then these are both from the Cabinet of Curiosity. Some collaging here, avocado dyed paper. This tuck spot's made from a vintage board game called Waterworks. And then this is a postal card for, what does it say here? Mr. Frost died this morning. And he has a 5 o'clock funeral on Friday. Oh, sorry, 1 o'clock. And so it's just a little like funerary card notice that was sent by post. It's a digital image and I forget where I got it from. More Cabinet of Curiosity and a little surrealism sticker of a man with a fish here. More avocado dyed paper and some insects from the Cabinet of Curiosities. This is more Tim Holtz paper. And this little pocket here, this is an authentic large cabinet card sort of photo. Not a tintype, but I don't remember what these are called. There's a certain, it's not tintype, but there's another name for this kind of emulsive photography that's kind of matte. So this is from the 1940s, and I added from a 1950s book. It says Busy Children of Mother Nature. I just thought it was kind of a fun clash of words and imagery. And then we have this pocket here with this little black moth stamp on 49 and market paper. This is a check from 1915. Let's see, for $250. Beautiful, from Brooklyn, Ontario. This image is from G&T Art. It's this cute bird girl, and I used it as a tuck spot for this says Gems for the Drawing Room. That's from one of my digital kits on Patreon, my monthly Journal Together kits. And we have a Robert Lind quote. It says, "In order to see birds, it is necessary to become part of the silence." Then we have some Cabinet of Curiosity and some old illustrations collaged there. This is one of my images on this fun waffly package paper, and it's holding on to this remembrance card for Anna Cope of 1908 digital image. This is more of the Cabinet of Curiosities. And then this little John Hancock Mutual Life Insurance. This is a tuck spot for this journal card from the Cabinet of Curiosity. Avocado dyed paper. And then a really nice page of scrapbook paper here that I just left be because it's just fun. And then this is one of my illustrations from one of my kits on Patreon. And it just paper clips on here. Then we have more avocado dye paper, and this is a little medical recipe from an old medicine book. 1/8 wormwood, 1/16 elderberries, 1/8 sebestin, and 1/8 salsa chips. Another Waterworks card, a tuck spot for this little journal card, and some more of the waffly packaging paper. More Cabinet of Curiosities, a little bird pocket, and this tag is made also from the Cabinet of Curiosities. This is an old insurance envelope. We're talking about burglary insurance here. On this side we have a little tuck spot that's made from that Curiosa collector's book. So wheat infected with vomitoxin fungal virus, North Dakota in 1993. And this is a little journal card from Gold Quixote imagery on Etsy. This journal tag with this bird. This is an Audubon bird. This is from an old board game called Scan, and I just love the eyes on it, so I used it as a tuck spot for this. Now this was also from the Curiosa book, and this is a piece of Mother Cabrini's habit. So it's another sample. More of the Cabinet of Curiosities and the Curiosa book. Some more things. A letter to Marilyn Monroe, 1957. Linda Gray's rosaries, all sorts of different stuff. And then in there, this is on Coffee Dyed Gray's Anatomy. And then this is an art doll from an art doll book that I turned into a journal card. Made from like a cool old tin and other rusty good bits. This is a tuck spot made with a leaf that I laminated, little journal card of seagulls. You can see a little collection under there that's a larger pocket. So this tucks in under here. And then in the bigger pocket we have this journal card of like this spooky window with a gargoyle above it. And that is from Paris. That image. And then we have this little collage on the side of the Cabinet of Curiosity, and it is Laurel Reuter's hip ball from Total Hip Replacement, Methodist Hospital, Mayo Clinic, Rochester, Minnesota, January 10th, 1995. And another one, the toothbrush from Eunice Shriver's private bathroom at the Villa in Potomac? Yeah. Snip of jockstraps worn by Alec Baldwin in Macbeth, the Public Theater, New York City, March 1998. This little Easter spooky image here is on top of this like blue paint sampling. This says All Hallows Eve. It's on Cabbage Dyed Gray's Anatomy. And inside this, because of this like kind of family photo, I wanted to take a couple of these old 1980 photographs that I got in this weird collection, and I wanted to add some spooky kids. So these are from Gold Quixote, and I just collaged them on top of these old photos and thought it was a fun way to use kind of these old photos. And then we have an owl here looking mighty unimpressed, might I say. A little tuck spot on some Coffee Dyed Gray's Anatomy. And inside a couple things. So this photograph of this family from, no date, but it is the Coley family. And a Five of Swords tarot card. So that just tucks in here. We've got some medical bottles that have been collaged on the cabinet of curiosities. So invertase and lipase, maltase. Another of those bubbly balloons on this insurance envelope, and another Audubon bird tag. And then we flip that over and we see accident and health contracts. Then the end of this book, it's another Tim Holtz paper. It's in loving remembrance of Mrs. Claybaugh. So I kept these simple. I just added my my seal, my wax seal here with my signature and the date, and put some threads under the wax seal for the fun of it. So that is a big journal. Thank you for sticking with me if you're still here. So this is Beyond Realistic. This whole collection will be coming very soon. I am going to be releasing it initially on Patreon, and then it will go to my Etsy shop. The best way to find these books is to follow me on Etsy and pay attention to my YouTube and Instagram social media, all linked below. I will be announcing these listings there. So thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I hope you have a really great day. Bye for now.